Hi everybody, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'd like to announce my retirement from boxing. It's been a blast. I've loved every single minute of it, and I'm going to end with this. Dick Turpin wore a mask. God bless everybody. See you on the other side. Get up!
And here's me thinking the biggest news of the day would be the fallout from the press conference. That video that you saw at the start of this video was released by Tyson Fury around about 10 or so minutes ago. Basically, there's no really way of prolonging it out, announcing his retirement from boxing. Now, listen, Tyson Fury has done this before. He's announced his retirement from boxing a couple of times now. Did it against Dillian Whyte. And that right there was that retirement that he did there in the ring after the Dillian Whyte fight in Wembley Stadium. That to me was the one where I really did, I don't say believe him necessarily, but that seemed the most real, so to speak. That to me seemed the most real that it seemed when he was retiring. And the reason why I say, is he the most real is because he's done this before. He's announced retirement from boxing. He did it during his hiatus. I think he did it a couple of other times. Long and the short of it, he's done this before, Tyson Fury announcing his retirement from boxing. But it is interesting. It is interesting the fact that, right, we had the Ring Magazine Awards show on the weekend. Tyson Fury, although I don't believe he was nominated necessarily for anything in of himself, certainly the round of the year with Alexander Usyk, the event of the year with Alexander Usyk, and it was a boxing who's who. I mean, you had people like Martin Bakoli there, you had Lennox Lewis, Joseph Parker, Andy Lee, etc., etc., etc. You would have assumed Tyson Fury would have been in attendance. He wasn't, and I did wonder about that. And now, and again, I asked the question, I was like, well, what is he actually doing? Well, apparently now it's retirement. Again, how likely is this? As I said several times about Tyson Fury, the boy who cried wolf. It's not just with regards to that, with pulling out fights with injuries. It's other things. At the end of the day, you say something so many times, I'm retiring. When you are legit, people are going to be like, of course, that's how it's going to be. And I think for me, with Tyson Fury, look, this retirement may be legit, all right, but it may be another one of Tyson Fury's, what would you want to call it, mind games, way of making the public, ask this question, then ask that, then to come back, and people always coming back and this, that, and the other. Because obviously, Anthony Joshua called Tyson Fury out over the weekend. That seems to be the only fight really on the table for both guys that would make them any kind of money. Tyson Fury losing back-to-back fights to Alexander Usyk, although he gave a good account of himself in both fights, he still lost comprehensively. It was Alexander Usyk was the winner, you can't dispute that. And I guess Fury, you look at him and you think, well, you could go and try and chase a Dubois, you could look and, fight a Bakoli or someone like that, but that's not going to bring him in the same amount of money. And it's going to pose a very, very high risk, as it would be going in there against Anthony Joshua. Now, that, again, seemed to me to be the only fight logically on the table for Fury, and I'd make him a favourite. Now, with this retirement, is this a way to get more eyes on the sport? Is it a way to make people think it's more... Again, this is what I'm thinking, because with Fury, I don't know. I just find it very difficult to believe when he says he's retired. And Tyson Fury is someone, he'll say, I don't have any... He does have an ego. At the end of the day, this is a guy who called a press conference, a snap press conference to Morecambe. People like myself were only informed via email literally the day before, so no one had a chance to really get there. Like anyone who wasn't, a major network or someone like that really didn't have a chance to get there, because most of us are all based here in London. And he did a press conference that was dubbed an Usyk Fury press conference with no representative from Team Usyk, just to explain why Alexander Usyk can't win. And with Fury, with a retirement, something like that, you would think with Tyson Fury that he would want to do it either post-fight, maybe after a victory, or potentially even after a defeat, or he would do a big announcement. It wouldn't be just as simple as, I'm retiring like he did there. You would think it's going to be an announcement. Why are we going? Is Fury announcing a fight? Is he announcing this? I'd like to announce my retirement. You would think it'd be something like that, as opposed to just a video in the car saying, I'm retired, see you later. So, I have my reservations about it, certainly. If he has retired, all right, if he has, well, career that you could say, I would say Tyson Fury, if this is legit, And if I was to look at his career as a whole, I would say he is someone who underachieve is maybe not the right word, but maybe someone who didn't fulfill what he had in terms of potential. Two-time heavyweight champion of the world is very, very good. His best wins are against Deontay Wilder. That win is aged like milk. And Vladimir Klitschko, who was 38 or so years of age, thereabouts, 38, 39. And yeah, great win, going to Dusseldorf there in Germany, great win. But I always felt that Tyson Fury, if you look at peak Fury, the Fury before the hiatus and even in the Deontay Wilder fight, that guy could have been in so many good fights, so many more big fights, and he could have done an awful lot more in the heavyweight division. I think his resume could be a lot more deeper than it is because, as I said, you look at those fights, they're his best wins. Dillian Whyte, a shot to bits Dillian Whyte, who'd been chinned by a 40-year-old Povetkin, a trilogy fight with Derek Chisora. These are his world title fights here, people. Seriously. A trilogy fight with Derek Chisora, Francis Ngannou. That wasn't a world title fight, but you see what I mean. As a whole, you would look at his resume and you would say, well, geez, someone like a Joseph Parker, if he was able to knock off a Daniel Dubois, even before that, Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, who else? Hughie Fury. I think he'd beaten Carlos Takam. You'd look at that and say, actually, that's a Derek Chisora twice. You'd look at that and say, actually, that's probably a better resume. So I think with Fury is a great career in terms of two-time heavyweight champion, but the names aren't quite there. But let's wait and see if this retirement is legit. It does then ask the question about Anthony Joshua, and you had Turki Al-Sheikh mentioning, Bacoli and stuff like that. Maybe he's in the know. Maybe this is legit. And Turki Al-Sheikh knows about it. That's why he's been mentioning Bacoli Joshua. Maybe he's thinking, all right, I want Fury Joshua, but if he's retiring, I can't force him. He's not legally obliged if he retires. Okay, let's look at some alternates for Anthony Joshua. And if you're Anthony Joshua, well, one, you're going to want the Fury fight because it's a big payday. But second of all, it's probably the most winnable fight, and I wouldn't be picking him out of like a Dubois rematch or a Martin Bacoli fight. Seriously, I think that he would get smoked to bits in both of those fights pretty early as well. So yeah, that's what it is. Fury announcing his retirement. Look, I'm going. It's what time now? What, 2:30 thereabouts? I know it's after 2. I'm literally leaving here in the next hour, and this is going to be all the talk in the press conference that we're going to be going to. So it's going to be looking forward to seeing what's happening there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you enjoy it. Smash the like button. Peace.